When you're ready to open your individual retirement account, you'll go out to a brokerage house like Vanguard. I'm going to show you Vanguard here, and you'll create an account. Creating an account, you have to provide information, obviously email address, set up a password, all of that. Also, some personal identification as well, social security number, all of that. So you need to have that stuff ready to go. It's very much like opening up a bank account. You have to be verified at first, and then once your account is open, then you can begin to select what investment products you want. So I already have an account, so that's why I'm skipping that step. But I've gone into my account and said I want to open a new account. I've also noticed here that they've added some products where you can have a cash plus account. This is essentially like an online savings account. So if you wanted to have your emergency fund here as well, that makes good sense. There may be good reasons to have that. I like my emergency fund someplace where I can't easily access it. I don't necessarily want it at the same bank where I am. I'd like to be able to have that where I have an automatic draft going in and it's somewhat separated from other things. But in this case, we're going to open up a new individual retirement account, or at least begin the process. So if and these prompts will guide you through very easily. We want to open an investment account, so you can see that there are different types, and we haven't gone into the educational custodial of all of these. This is for retirement. And then you're brought to the screen where they will actually advise you, and that's great. But we sort of know what we want to do, but we're gonna invest on our own. And then you come to this screen, very clear about what to expect. If you still don't quite understand the account types, you can take a look here. But we know what we want to set up. We're looking for an individual retirement account, and we're going to go with a Roth. Now, they've bundled some products together here, which is actually sort of nice. If you wanted to have both a savings account and a Roth IRA together, they can do that. But if we scroll on down the list here, we can see that the Roth IRA is what we want to open today. So this is a point at which you have to understand, again, the differences between the traditional IRA and the Roth. I was mentioning in the previous video how you will have to decide which direction you want to go. Again, the traditional versus Roth, the main difference is how income taxes are handled. Remember, the traditional IRA, you get to make contributions tax-free or tax-deferred, but you pay taxes when you take the money out. Roth, they're after-tax contributions, but you pay no tax when you get ready to take the money out. So I advise going in the direction of the Roth IRA, and this is a screen that comes up and says, well, you already have an account. Do you want to just buy and sell from your existing account? And then, but I would want to continue. I'm not going to keep going here because then it brings up my personal information and all of that. But you can see from this example how really very friendly this process is. It's not difficult. And you can probably set up your account in really a matter of minutes. When it comes to funding your individual retirement account, most of the funds, at least at Vanguard, require a $3,000 minimum. However, there are some that are only $1,000. And so that may be a great place for you to start. You can always exchange your funds later. And that's something you can do down the road. So, but when you're ready to begin this process, that's really all there is to it. Now, understanding what to invest in, I've highlighted this article, and I'm going to put this in the notes for you. So I'd invite you to take a look at this. This is a great article that's very recent on NerdWallet about the 7 most popular Vanguard index funds. They're all terrific. They have different things that they track, but I want to bring you down to this area right in here where you can see the differences in these funds. So this is the 500 index fund Admiral shares. Now, at Vanguard, the Admiral shares, you typically have a lower expense ratio, but it does cost more to get into the fund. So that's something to keep in mind. But this tracks the S&P 500 index, and look at the expense ratios. I mentioned on a previous video, these are extraordinarily low. The expense ratio are really the management fees that the fund charges you for Vanguard to manage the investments. And so when you invest in an index fund, the management fees, at least at this company, are really, really low. And so take a look at these funds. You can compare more about them. You can research them on Vanguard. But I tend to, I think any of them are good. They're excellent. I would stick with the ones that are tracking the total stock market index. This is one that if I were to choose one to begin with, it would probably be this one. And but again, take a look at that, make some decisions, the direction you'd want to go. There's also different minimum requirements of these. These are again, this is about the index funds. They're also targeted retirement funds, meaning the year that you plan to retire, and you can start there as well. And I believe that some of those only require $1,000 contribution. So more to come on this, but I hope that at least you have a little bit of information about how to go out and research, and again, take a look at index funds. They're a great place for you to start.